Hi there, welcome to my channel. It's been a long time since my last Animal Crossing video, but I finally have an opportunity to go on another villager hunt. So that means we have to say farewell to one of my favorite villagers, Marina. And she was once an untouchable on my island, but I'm at the point of the game where I just want to see and meet every single villager in New Horizons. So for those of you wondering why Diana stopped me right now, she just wanted to give me a mama bear, so that's that. But back to what I was saying, I have 20 Nook Mouse tickets ready to go, and if I need more, I'll get some more off camera. So I mentioned that I want to meet as many villagers as possible, so the best way to do that is to island hop between Nook Miles Mystery Islands. So just a little note for newer players, you need a vacant spot on your island, otherwise the Nook Mile Islands won't have any villagers on them. But it's a great way to get resources, so if you don't want to cut down the trees on your own island, just go to Nook Mile Island. So you just load up on tickets and meet as many villagers as you want. So let's get going, and my dreamies that I'd like to invite to move onto my island for today are Judy, Flora, Joey, and Fauna. So as soon as I see one of them, they're gonna get invited right away. So let's hope I encounter one of them. Just like my other villager hunt videos, I tend to keep this initial flight portion in here just so I can have time to get my intro out of the way, and the intro's out of the way now. So I'll edit all the dodo flight stuff and I'll transition from island to island. So we're on island number 1, and let's meet our first villager. This is actually my first time villager hunting in the winter season. I didn't get to go during December, and it's a nice change of scenery, and I can see from afar the first villager. And I love how they're wearing their winter outfits, but I can tell that this is Flurry, the cute, adorable little hamster. I know there are a lot of Flurry fans out there. Unfortunately, she was one of the first villagers to move onto my island early game, so this one will be a quick decision. If she never lived on Beach Face Island, this would have been a first try villager hunt. But with that, let's move on to the second island and see who we have there. For my longtime viewers, I have upgraded to Final Cut Pro, so I'm messing with all of the transitions and testing out all of the fancy features. I really enjoy these pinned wall transitions, and they go well with Animal Crossing. Anyway, here's our second villager, and it looks like it's Cole. He's such an interesting looking black rabbit, and I'd love for him to live on my island, but there's also that fear that if I see him walking around in the middle of the night, he kind of reminds me of Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z. And just seeing those crazy big eyes just staring at you from afar, I just don't want to get startled during my nighttime walks on Beach Face Island. So I'm going to pass on Cole right now, but maybe one day I'll have him on my island. So island number 3, and this is the second time I've been on this island already, and I know who this is. This is Ken. So I'm not a fan of these chicken characters, and everybody knows that, especially if you're a longtime viewer. I had trouble with Becky when I first played this game, and from that point on, she kind of just messed up all of the chicken villagers for me. So I'm sorry, Ken. You never had a chance. You can try to razzle dazzle me all you want, but Becky ruined the chicken villagers for me in my experience in this game. So every time I see a chicken villager, I'm just gonna have to pass. So let's move on to the next island. We should be hitting island number 4 if I'm keeping count correctly. And yes, there's a little tag on the bottom left hand corner, so I'm dumb. Anyway, let's see who we have here. And it's an ostrich villager. I don't think I've ever met Sandy before, but I mentioned earlier in the intro who my dreamies are for today, and Flora is one of them. And she's that ostrich villager that looks like a flamingo. So I'm not going to accept any ostrich villagers today except for Flora. Man, they're just repeating islands for me today. I usually get a good variety or a different one each time, but I've had this 3-tier island twice already, and then that other island twice. And oh, there's a little squirrel villager. This is very perplexing for me now. I've always been a huge fan of the squirrel villagers, and my all-time favorite villager is Marshall. So it would be cool to have a whole island full of squirrels one day, and that might be one of my next projects. But I'm going to think about this for a second and do some research. So coming from off camera, I looked at Sally without her winter gear, and I don't like how the top of her head looks. So we're just going to keep it at that. We made that decision pretty simple. And as superficial as that sounds, that's my reason why. And here's island number 6. And I've come across this villager a few times as well too. And this is Pom Pom. Man, I already have a duck villager on my island. I have that adorable little brown duckling Molly. So I'm going to make this a very simple decision and not take Pom Pom as well too. Plus, without that winter hat she has on, she has a very funky looking haircut. So we'll just keep it at that and just keep my superficial reasons, the reasons why I'm not taking these villagers. So here we are on island number 7. And change of an island for once, and I think this is one of my better islands, except for today. This is usually where I get some pretty good villagers. I believe I got Octavian and Diana from this island right here. So we have a bull character or a cow character. It's a boy, so it's a bull character. So we have Angus. I've ran into him before, and I always thought his name was really funny because it's like Angus beef, that special type of beef. And yeah, I don't want to have some food running around on my island, I guess. Hey, Bamboo Island. All right, we're moving on. And nope, I just don't like kangaroo villagers. As cool as Walt is, I love how he's wearing that gi and he has like a 5 o'clock shadow and a scar under his eye. He's pretty BA looking, man. So, but I think Octavian is the only tough guy that's going to be on my island right now. I just need a new theme for my island. It's 2021 and my island is getting kind of stale, so maybe I just need to change up everything. So maybe Beach Face will transform into a completely different island sometime this year. So I have nothing against the chicken characters, the kangaroo characters, and the horse characters, but I just don't like any of them. I think the only horse character that I would take to move on to my island is Renee, because she's one of the newest introduced characters to Animal Crossing, and one of my dream ideas was to have every single new villager that was introduced in New Horizons, and I currently have 4 of the 8, so maybe that can be a dream that comes true sometime this year. So we're about halfway through of our 20 Nook Mile tickets, and we have Henry. I've ran into you a few times already, and I've always thought that you were adorable. Oh man, but I'm not going to take Henry today. I do have an agenda. Those 4 villagers I mentioned in the beginning, if I don't get them anytime soon, I will take some other villager, but we're only on island number 11. We have a long ways to go. And Midge. Hello there, Midge. I have her amiibo card, so kind of in a cheating way, I already have her, so I can have her move into my island anytime I want. So that's an easy no. Island number 12. Oh, Money Rock Island. And Celia. I always see Celia once every villager hunt. I think there's only one villager hunt video where I did not run into her. And I was going to take her at one point because I think she's pretty cute in a weird, tall way. But nah, not today. So moving on to island number 13. We're just rushing through these. And man, here's Scoot. Okay, so Scoot has just skyrocketed up so many of the popularity lists online that are subjective lists, by the way. So these popularity lists have nothing to do with your personal preference in this game, unless you really want to follow them and see who everybody thinks is popular. But for some reason, Scoot is near the top right now, and I just am not a Scoot person. I mentioned Joey earlier, so that's the only boy duck I would take. And Joey has a diaper on, and Scoot looks like he has a diaper on his head, which is probably some weird helmet. But anyway, here's Boots. I'm probably just going to say no because he lived on Sugarberry Smash's island, and I don't want any more jock villagers. I already have Dom, and Dom is the perfect jock villager for me. So sorry, Boots. It's a no from me today. So let's move on to island number 15. Man, they're just giving me this island so many times today, and they're giving me another kangaroo villager, this time a female, because she has a little Joey in her pouch, and I love how she looks like she has a wrap around her head. That's pretty awesome. But I'm going to say quick no to Sylvia, and we're going to move on to the next island. Sorry, Sylvia. You're kind of cool looking. So island number 16 is on tap, and Bamboo Island again. Wow, they keep giving me like the same 4 islands over and over again. And a mouse villager. It's Rod. I've seen Rod a few times. He used to look a little bit different. I think it's the lighting in the game. He looks more fluorescent than he usually looks. So we're going to move on to the next island, number 17 this time. And surprise, surprise, it's this island once again. And it's Scoot once again. Let's go to island number 18. Man, they're just giving me some weird setups today. So we're on island number 18. So everybody who watches a lot of my villager hunt videos knows that this is very unusual. I usually stop by the early teens. And we have an adorable elephant, Eloise. I just don't like her front bang right there. If she just had no weird brown bangs just chilling on the front of her head, or maybe she had a full head of hair, it would look better. That just looks so weird to me. But other than that, she is pretty cute, and I would love to have an elephant villager, but I'm gonna say no because I think the only elephant villager that I would take today is Tia, and everybody knows how cute Tia is. And Bamboo Island once again. So they're kind of transitioning from that weird island where I have to use my vaulting pole to this Bamboo Island. And Callie, another squirrel villager. I've mentioned that I'm a fan of the squirrel villagers, but Callie is really low on my list. So if I were to stray away from my 4 dreamies I mentioned at the beginning, my exception for squirrel villagers would probably be Poppy, because Poppy is too darn cute. So I'm just gonna take a picture of you, Callie, and just keep you in my thoughts, and maybe I'll meet you one day when I have that full squirrel island. Island number 20. It's so rare that I get to island number 20 in any of my villager hunt videos, and today, as it seems, I'm probably gonna get pretty high up there. And we have Bianca. She's a cool looking tiger villager who kind of looks like a snow leopard. On any other normal day, I would probably take you, but I am really keeping my fingers crossed for Judy, Flora, Joey, or Fauna. So let's hope I get one of them soon. Island number 21, and surprise, surprise, it's this island again. Sometimes with a variation of cedars, and sometimes with just normal cherry trees. And it's Bree. She's such a cute little mouse, but I'm not going to take any mouse villagers today. The mouse villagers have some funny facial expressions. They're so extreme, but Bree is pretty cute. Maybe next time. Moving on to island number 22, and it's Dell, man. So I've always wanted like this cyberpunk or this steampunk looking island, and Dell and Robot would be perfect for it. But I'm not going to take Dell today. I have another agenda, but I will take some screenshots of Dell or screen captures of Dell and just keep them for my little Animal Crossing album I have on my Switch. So don't mind me as I take a quick picture before we move on to island number 23. Well, good news for those of you who like really long villager hunts. And here's island number 23, and I can see her already. I know exactly who this is. This is Olivia. So, one of the cat villagers. The cat villagers are one of my favorite types of villagers. I have Raymond on my island, and I would love for him to have some sort of companion, and Olivia would be adorable to be his neighbor. But I really have that agenda that I mentioned, those 4 villagers in the beginning. I really want one of them, because if I get Fauna, knock on wood, hopefully it happens, I can finally get Diana to move away, because I only want 1 deer character, but I'm going to make them neighbors for the time being, and that's going to be pretty cool. But hopefully I can swap Diana with Judy in the future. So Sparrow, no. It's just that easy. No, let's move on to the next one. So number 1 right now is Fauna, number 2 is Judy, number 3 is Joey, and number 4 is Flora. So if I can get any of them, I will take them right away. And it looks like this is another ostrich character. So we have Queenie. Let me get her away from this tree so we can see what she looks like better. I'm not going to take her because she already looks kind of weird, but look at her weird hair. That's so strange. She has huge eyes too. It's kind of scary, but nice to see villagers I've never seen before. So this is my first time with Queenie, and yeah, I'm not going to take you, especially since I had Olivia like 2 or 3 islands ago. Let's move on to island number 26. And no, this is just getting worse and worse. I don't know if I just shot myself in the foot by doing this, and then they're just progressively gonna get worse. But I've never met you before, and you look kind of scary. So let's just find out your name so I can forget you forever. Naomi. Oh man, she has some crazy looking red eye outlines. I don't know, that's supposed to be eyeshadow or something. Anyway, yeah, let's get away from you. Island number 27. This might be one of my highest villager hunts ever. And oh no, this is gonna be a dilemma. I've run into Ellie so many times throughout all of my villager hunts, and I've always said next time I'll invite Ellie next time I go on a villager hunt, and this is next time right here. Man, I mentioned Tia earlier as the only elephant. Ellie would be the second exception. My elephants are number 1 Tia, number 2 Ellie, but I really want to get one of the 4 that I mentioned earlier. So am I gonna have to do it again to Ellie and do that next time ordeal once again? Yeah, sorry, Ellie. As we approach the 30s, we're at island number 28. I might regret that decision horribly. And here's 3-tier island again. This is where I've gotten some amazing villagers, but lately I haven't been getting anything good during this villager hunt on 3-tier island. And Hugh's such an interesting fellow. As a pig villager, I think he's pretty unique. And under any other normal circumstances, if I didn't have some sort of agenda, I would have asked Hugh to move on to my island because I think he looks pretty cool. And yeah, I'm not gonna get you, Bertha. Let's just move on to the next island. Oh, Bertha's so weird looking. Her and Bubbles, man. Anyway, so island number 30. This might be my first 30 island trip, and we have an ostrich villager in the back, and I think it's Gladys. I always run into Gladys. I think like out of all of my villager hunts, I always run into Celia and Gladys, so those two are just always gonna pop up for me throughout these little trips. So let's move on to island number 31. Man, this is getting pretty high up there, and that looks like Biff the hippo from afar, and Biff was my worst villager in New Leaf, so it is an automatic no for Biff. So now we're on island number 32, the farthest I've ever been, and it's Fauna. Yes! Yay! I can finally finish this long villager hunt, and thank goodness it's Fauna. I guess patience does pay off. I'm just so happy that I finally have Fauna, and now she can be Diana's neighbor until I can figure out how to get Judy. Maybe through a trade, or maybe if Diana wants to move away one day, I'll just go on another high number villager hunt until I get Judy. But for now, I'm gonna have 2 awesome deer villagers, and I'm just really happy and excited that I have another successful villager hunt, because with most of my villager hunts, I've always named a few characters, and I tend to get my dreamies during these hunts. Like in my last villager hunt, I got Audie, and before that I got Pico, and Pico was actually a first try villager hunt, so I still have a bit of good luck on my side. Thank you so much for checking out this video, everybody, and I know it's been a long time since I've posted Animal Crossing content, but I'll still try to get a video out here and there. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these others. They might interest you in some way, and if you really liked hanging out with me today and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to be the first to know when I upload something new. I'll see you all soon. Stay safe out there. Bye.